In this video, I will describe various types of IT integration strategies used during the merge and acquisitions and factors that can help an organization to successfully implement that integration. In Chapter 8, we learned that IVK merged with Peoples and the two companies had two different network technologies. So the IT departments glued the two networks so they can interoperate. However, after several years, there are two main issues. First, it's difficult to maintain both network, and second, uh, because of not being able to do that maintenance, it increases security risks. So the decision by the former CIO Bill Davis was to consolidate the two networks. Uh, Jim Barton, the new CIO, also follows that decision. In my opinion, Jim Barton blindly accepted that decision. So in the next slide, I'm trying to explain uh, why I believe this and what Jim Barton needs to do. Generally, once two organizations merge, they have four options with regard to integrating their IT resources, such as databases, business applications, hardware and network components, IT staff, and IT management. First, the new organization can go for a transformation strategy where it gives up the IT resources of both organizations and acquires new IT resources. Second, the new organization can opt for a combination strategy where it combines the best parts of the IT resources of both company. Third, the new organization can choose a consolidation strategy where it gives up all or most of the IT resources of one organization, usually the acquired company, and keeps the IT resources of the, uh, the the best organization, the best IT resources that it has, usually the acquirer company. Fourth, the new organization can select a coexistence strategy where both IT resources are left intact and bridges are developed to synchronize the IT resources of the two old organizations. The strategy of IBK when it was merged with People's was coexistence. For example, both networks left intact, but bridges were added. Now, IBK's strategy, or to put it correctly, the former CIO's strategy is to consolidate the two networks, replacing people's network with IBK's network so that they can get rid of its maintenance cost and security holes. A transformation strategy is appropriate if neither of the two organizations possesses the IT resources to support the new company. It is usually appropriate for smaller companies rather than medium or large size companies. This strategy can help with avoiding the cost of maintaining redundant IT resources. However, transformation is often impractical as the new organization cannot find enough time to implement the new IT resources. A consolidation strategy is useful if one of the partners has superior IT resources that can be effectively scaled up. If the new organization's goal is high synergy and avoiding the high cost of IT redundancy, consolidation can be more attractive than other strategies. This strategy is often used when one merger party, usually the acquired company, is considered small in terms of the number of employees and revenue. Note that both transformation and consolidation strategies face high resistance from the abolishing IT departments due to the substantial disinvestment in them. It is also infeasible to use these strategies in large and decentralized acquired organizations, as these organizations already have a huge number of IT assets. At least it takes a long time to implement these two strategies in such companies. A combination strategy is especially productive if the two merging companies have different core services and products, but many common services. However, the new organization has to go through a huge conflict between the two parties, as each party has a preference for their own systems. A coexistence strategy is a useful strategy in the short run, or when the two companies intend only to be financially involved without integrating their processes and management structure. The downside of this strategy is the high cost of maintenance. And that is exactly why IVK has decided to do the consolidation project. However, as you just learned, the IVK network must be scalable and superior to the current people's network technology, and resistance can be expected. No matter what integration strategy you choose, you require to do some sort of integration, high or low. That means your success depends on having a high integration capability. Integration capability refers to the capability of the new organization to integrate both firms' IT technical infrastructure, such as databases, business applications, and network components, integration of IT management processes, such as IT strategy making and IT planning, and the IT strategy itself, and integrating the IT personnel of the two firms. So, successful IT integration requires technical, operational, and social integration. Benitez et al. Has found factors that are influential on IT integration capability. They found that having prior IT integration experience can increase the integration capability. This is quite obvious because as a firm go through multiple IT integration projects, multiple acquisition and mergers, then they are more experienced in doing this integration. They also found that IT integration capability depends on the flexibility of the IT infrastructure. That means the current IT infrastructure has high compatibility, high connectivity, modularity, and the IT personnel skills are also quite flexible. They also found that data standards and network standards can increase this flexibility uh, using object-oriented and service-oriented architecture can influence the IT modularity and having uh, shared knowledge between the two sets of IT personnel can help with increasing this IT infrastructure flexibility. Let's focus on IT infrastructure flexibility and uh, learn the four dimensions of this construct better. The first dimension is IT compatibility, which is defined as the degree to which IT components of an organization that runs on a specific platform can be uh, uh, migrated and run on on another platform. So assume that we have a business application such as an online ordering system, and this system is currently working on a platform of Microsoft Windows and a database management system such as Microsoft SQL Server. If you can easily change the system to work with another operating system such as Linux and another database management system such as Oracle, then you can say that this business application has a high compatibility, and as a result, this helps have a high integration, IT integration capability. The second dimension of IT infrastructure flexibility is IT connectivity, which means the number and variety of IT components, IT systems, business applications, databases, internal and external, local or remote, to which our firm's IT system and databases can connect. And this is sort of related to uh, covering various ways of exchange, exchanging data between the two applications. So, for example, the previous online ordering system, uh, if it supports various types of messaging protocols, such as Exchange Web Services, IMAP version for POP3 SMTP, so various messaging protocols, then that ensures that other applications can easily get connected to our online ordering system. And increasing IT connectivity can enhance our IT integration capability. The second dimension is modularity, where we try to have loose integration between IT components in a way that a change to one IT component in our organization does not affect other IT components. So if when you change the online ordering system, and as a result, you have to change 16 other connected software applications and database management systems and databases. That means modularity is low. Modularity is high if a change in one component does not affect other components. And finally, IT personal skills flexibility is about having the business and technical skills of IT personnel that can help them learn new information technologies, interpret business problems, and develop IT solutions which can help increase IT integration capability. So, what is my recommendation to the CIO, Jim Barton? First, I'm going to explain the current status of this integration project. IVK's initial integration strategy was coexistence, where uh, it was leaving both parts intact with periodic synchronization between redundant parts. Davis, the former CIO, suggested changing the strategy to consolidation, where they close all people's network technology and migrate everything to IVK's network technology. When Jim Barton, the new CIO, heard about the project from Fenton, his direct report, he did not ask why rival strategies such as transformation and combination are not selected. He blindly went for finding a way to find budget for the project. So I would suggest uh, Jim Barton to ask two main questions. First, is consolidation the correct integration strategy? He needs to ask Paul Fenton, the head of infrastructure and operation, why rival strategies are not considered productive. Uh, of course, prob- probably he also may end up with the consolidation strategy as a correct integration. I'm just saying that Barton needs to ask questions. And second, do the factors for a successful integration exist in in the IVK? Uh, so first, what is the plan for operational and social integration? The staff seem to be concerned only about a technical integration. They haven't talked about operational and social integration. And second, when you go for consolidation, you need IVK's network to be superior to people's network. You want IVK's network to be able to be scaled up to support, the entire network now. So are these, in place? Um, and he also needs to ask if there is a possible resistance from the IT personnel that support people's network. If that's, correct, what is the strategy of, Paul Fenton? So answering all these questions, he still may end up, with consolidation as the correct strategy and see that everything is fine, but he needs to double check, these the answers to these questions. Pause here for a minute and try to answer this question. Please answer this question as well. In the next video, I explain how the CIO Jim Barton can implement IT governance at IVK.